Hi there, it's Shosh, and I'm a medium, spirit worker, and energy healer. Today I'm going to talk to y'all about manifestation. This has become quite the spiritual buzzword, especially on, trendier spiritual accounts on TikTok and Instagram. And I see that there are many competing narratives or methods around how to manifest correctly or how to get the best results. So I'm going to be talking a bit about that. I'm going to talk about what manifestation actually is, and I'll be sharing my 4 favorite beginner steps for your best manifestation results. So what is manifestation? What does that word mean? What does it mean when we're talking about manifesting something? I'm going to read the definition from my phone here. Manifestations refer to various pseudoscientific self-help strategies intended to bring about a personal goal, primarily by focusing one's thoughts upon desired outcome. The techniques are based on the law of attraction of New Thought spirituality. So that's an interesting description, and I don't completely agree with it. And to be honest, manifestation really can become a pseudoscience if you're not careful about the ways in which you're doing it. Because manifestation goes far beyond just thinking and believing something's going to happen, which I'm going to talk about. So before we get started, I want you to just empty your mind of all of the tips and tricks around manifestation that you've seen on TikTok or Instagram. I want you to throw out the idea that you can just journal about what you want and it will show up in your life. We're just gonna start fresh. So I really do believe in manifestation. I've seen it at work in my own life and in other people's lives. And of course in just like doing my work as an energy healer and working with so many folks on their manifestations. And when you begin the practice of manifesting and you begin noticing synchronicities in your life, it's really hard to not believe in it. But again, it's not just about the thought. So my first tip for any beginners wanting to practice manifestation is to operate from gratitude. Our minds are so busy all the time. Our minds are beautiful and they're also terrible and confusing. And the number one thing that I see blocking the folks that I work with from claiming the abundance that is theirs is actually their own ego. And the ego tends to not be very focused on gratitude. From what I see, the ego tends to be focused on what's this next thing that is mine, or why is this happening to me, or it really wants to make us the victim. It really wants to make us feel like we're not doing enough. It also makes us feel like we don't deserve certain things. So to best operate from gratitude, I really do suggest getting into a mindfulness practice. Just choosing to navigate your day differently. And this is a practice, it does take a lot of work. But instead of waking up in the morning and being like, oh, I'm so tired, I have to go to work, I have to make breakfast, it's really switching that to, I am so grateful for another day. I'm so grateful I have shelter and a bed. I get to choose what I eat for breakfast. I have a store that I can go to that has food for me to buy. I have a job where I can make money and, support myself and potentially, support your family as well. And I don't think you should invalidate your difficulties or your struggles, but you do need to be careful about when you're constantly letting that ego control you and tell you that your life is bad and terrible and you don't deserve good things and good things are out of reach for you, and that these things that you get to do, like eating and waking up and going to work, that they are bad, because they're not bad. And when you operate from a place of gratitude, the energy that you bring into your life will be very different. Because when you operate from gratitude, you're 1, being thankful for those things, 2, accepting the fact that you deserve those things, and then 3, saying, I'm ready to continue receiving these blessings and aligning myself with things that I know are good for me, things that I can appreciate. Because we get lost in our struggles so much, and you really do need to be careful too with who you're surrounding yourself with, what sort of media you're surrounding yourself with, and how much you're letting those things influence you. Because again, we love to make ourselves the victims. It's convenient to make ourselves the victims. And I think that sometimes we think that practicing gratitude might feel like bragging, but it's not. I mean, I've been in work environments before where it's just like the thing of the office for everyone to complain about their lives, and if I would just say something, good happening in my life, it was almost like the conversation stopped there. And we should be able to talk about those things and share those things with people. So yeah, just be mindful about what energy is around you and how you're taking that into yourself. And the thing is that gratitude is collective. When we receive blessings in our lives, when we have gratitude, we share those blessings because we know that there's no shortage of blessings in this world. There's no finite number. Everyone can receive the abundance. Everyone can come to the table. I have so much more to say on this, but we'll stop there for today. And it really is important to practice mindfulness. You know, we are manifesting not only the good things in our life, but also the bad things, just by the way that we are letting our mind be influenced and go right to that victimhood thinking. So just try to practice keeping your mind balanced and keeping your mind neutral. My second tip is to stay open to the ways in which things will come into your life. Our greatest blessings can come through our hardest lessons. And when you are so focused on a specific way that something needs to happen, that's you like trying to control destiny or trying to like play God. And you're going to have a lot harder time and feel a lot more discouraged in that way. Your spirits are constantly opening up doors for you and, you know, running around making these things happen for you. So when you stay open to the ways in which they might happen, you'll be more likely to say yes to the right opportunities, to feel into those with your intuition, rather than waiting for forever for this really specific way that this thing needs to happen. And the truth is, you're not in control. The more you try to control every little thing happening in your life, the more unhappy that you're going to be. But again, the more you practice mindfulness, operating from gratitude, being open to the ways in which blessings will come into your life, the easier it will be to see blessings when they are there. And also being open can bring in even greater possibilities that you could have never imagined. And if you are familiar with the famous yogi Sadhguru, he has a video on how to manifest anything you want, and what he says in that video is, what is possible and what is not possible is not your business. And just because something hasn't happened for you ever in your life doesn't mean that it won't. So stop trying to control things and say like, oh, it can't happen this way, it won't happen that way, that would never happen for me, I don't know people like that, I couldn't achieve that kind of job, I don't have those skills. That shows someone who is not open to the multitude of possibilities that are out there and being open to the ways in which spirit can bring blessings into your life. So stay open to receiving all that is good and right and abundant for you. You do deserve it. You do deserve for miracles to happen in your life. And again, this is collective. When those beautiful blessings come to you, you can spread them outwards. My third tip for manifestation is to venerate your ancestors. This always comes up with sessions and folks. Y'all's ancestors just want to be remembered. They want you to give them food and coffee, and they want you to talk with them, and they want you to know that they're there and that they want to work for you. They already are working for you, and you can only make their work easier by venerating them. I already have a video on ancestral veneration on this channel, so you can go and watch that if you want to learn how to start venerating your ancestors. They are your strongest protectors, your best guides. They know you the best and have like these very specific connections to you, to your lineage. They can open doors for you that you just did not even think were possible. And my fourth and final tip for getting into manifestation is to work with the moon cycles. So there are 4 things about the moon cycle that you want to know that will be important for doing manifestation work. The first is the new moon. So this is when we can't see the moon in the sky, it's dark. And this is a time for you to set your intentions. So practice your gratitude, give your ancestors offering, make time to really sit down. And I do recommend actually writing out what you want to manifest, how you want to feel within this next 29 days, within that moon cycle. And it is really important to focus on that energy of gratitude to align yourself there, especially during this time. And when you write down your manifestations, start by how you want to feel when you receive those things and throughout this moon cycle. Manifestation is all about the alignment of the mind, the spirit, the heart, the physical body. It does require a lot of work. Again, it goes beyond just journaling it out and saying it's gonna come. So when you do write those things out, know that you will have to take action within the next 29 days. So be prepared. Whatever you write on there, work for it. Manifestation is all about learning to walk the talk. You can tell yourself affirmations all day long, but if you don't truly believe them and if you aren't taking action on those, then they're not going to stick. So go beyond the affirmation, and also know that, you know, writing these universal code numbers and putting them under your pillow and those kind of, like, those tips, they don't work. That's not how manifestation works. Manifestation does not work for people who are lazy and entitled. It works for people who are deeply committed to their own healing, to the healing of their community, and who take action. So the next part of the moon cycle that you want to be aware of is leading up to the full moon. That is the waxing cycle of the moon. This is the time in which you'll be receiving. New things will come into your life, so be open to receiving in those weeks. So much is going to come into your life. You'll feel that powerful energy of the waxing moon. So if you actually look at the moon, it's getting bigger during that time. So think about the moon representing your intention, your blessings, your abundance. It's getting bigger, it's getting more full. So then when the full moon comes, that's when you want to give all of your thanks, all of your gratitude. Say, thank you, Spirit, for bringing all of these beautiful blessings in my life, for filling up my cup. And you can do any kind of like magic on the full moon. Full moon is a wonderful time. There's a lot you can do with that. And then the fourth cycle of the moon is the waning moon, where the visible surface is getting smaller, going towards that new moon cycle where you can't see it. So this time is all about releasing. So you're letting go of what does not serve you. So you're letting go of your lack mindset, your shame, anything that might be blocking you from receiving that full manifestation, that abundance. Just letting go of all the stuff that's just cluttered around you. Get your energy clean and aligned with that intention that you set on the new moon. So those are my beginner tips for manifestation, things that I have learned over the last 5 or 6 years and trying out different manifestation methods, working with you all in session, talking to Spirit. I really hope that you go forth and apply these in your life. They'll make the world of a difference, and I would love to hear any additional tips that you have below or any experiences that you have with any of these tips that I gave. And if you are looking to work through any blockages or connect with your ancestors or spirit guides, higher self, do any past life work, you can book with me. My link is below for otherworldlyarchive.com. I absolutely love doing this work and helping you all step into the highest version of yourself, the most empowered version of yourself, and really live out your spiritual truth. So thank you for watching. I'm hoping all of your manifestations come through.